I'm live. Hi, it's Michelle Crawford. It's 2 o'clock and I'm back. Today we are talking about buying hemp online. And I sent out some emails and told people to join me. So hopefully we'll have some fun friends in the stream. Wow. There was a lot of really great response to yesterday's very first ever live stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Oh, I have to remember to look at the camera and not at myself. So anyways, yeah, yesterday's on the Ardent FX was really great, and I just really want to thank everybody who joined me. That was sweet and nice and like perfect, and it gave me the support I needed to kind of like push through on this some more. So today's topic is buying hemp online in my week of live streaming. Yesterday's was the Ardent FX. If you missed it, hey, there's a recording, no problems, right? Hi, welcome, Jenny. I'm so happy. Okay, today's topic is buying hemp online, and we're going to answer those 5 questions, which are what is hemp, and what does it do, and how do I use it? And I'm going to share with you some of my favorite things about the places that I buy from online. Hey, hi. And I'm going to definitely share with you where to get some because I busted out my stash and put it all out here on the table for you to see. So we're going to go through that a little bit. And hey, and Holloway, I'm not really sure. Like, I want to know who you are. I'm sorry I didn't mention you yesterday. Thanks for joining us. Hey. So yeah, and I have one code, and I have one code for you. Like I said, it was a secret, but yeah. And overarchingly over the week, we're gonna definitely be looking at, like I said, the Ardent FX was yesterday. Today is buying hemp online, and tomorrow, Thursday, people, is CCI, Cannabis Coaching Institute. The 3-step challenge will be gone over, what it's like to be a student there, what it's like to be a graduate there. I am ready to share. Oh, hi. Hey, Nia. Okay. Geez. It's so hard online. I don't know everyone's like little names, and it kind of bothered me yesterday. I was like, who was that? Okay. So thanks for your support, especially. All right, let's get into it. What is hemp? If you're from CCI, you know hemp is cannabis. Cannabis and hemp are the same thing, the same plant. But guess what? One is like way easier to buy and sell online than the other. So typically we're talking about like hemp versus marijuana. And the only difference between these plants is how much THC they contain, because that's the laws that we made. So, and they're different in every state, but in general, hemp does not contain more than 0.3% THC. So very low THC. So that means that it typically contains cannabinoids like CBD and CBG, which is, for me, I'm a multi-cannabinoid formulator. I'm always looking for that. So it was great when I kind of came out of the Farm Act of 2018. I really wasn't all that politically active. I didn't know much about it, and found out that, wow, I don't have to go to the dispensary anymore to buy CBD products. They're like legal everywhere. Awesome. So like that was really cool. So hemp is basically cannabis. It's the plant. I've got a whole bunch of examples here. Let's look at this giant big one. You can order this online nowadays, you guys. It's pretty amazing. There are so many farms that are doing amazing work, like organic work, and they are doing like even biodynamic farming, and you can pick and choose between them. There are people selling at every level in terms of like kind of more budget. They're selling in many states. I'm excited to see sort of like tobacco states starting to get back farming. I know that sounds really weird, but like the land situation to grow tobacco and like the farming practices are kind of like, they have a lot in common. And I think that would be an awesome crop to grow, cannabis, hemp, in place of tobacco sometimes. Perfect, right? Okay, so what does it do? Like I said, it provides to you your CBD and your CBG quite a bit. There are some other cannabinoids that are available from hemp retailers, but they are typically not necessarily grown for that. Like I like to buy flowers where the genetics actually express like a significant amount of the cannabinoid that I'm looking for. What does that mean? That means that I kind of like to buy flowers that are naturally high in CBG and CBD, and those numbers look to me are like 15%. And so that usually takes some doing. It's not like labradoodles come from nowhere, people. That's what genetics is. It's like trying to combine things and do our human messing with stuff to create the kind of plants that we're looking for. And you can see that's what's happened in the THC market. We have plants that are bred for really high THC, and we can do that with other plants. So let's look at, for example, Horn Creek hemp. Here's a little flyer from them that came with my order. There's their little logo. It's a little owl. Horn Creek Hemp this year, myself and Becky Brown were just looking at their selection because she was having a hard time finding CBG flowers in the marketplace. She felt like most of the places that she shopped were out of it. Horn Creek Hemp had some, and they also had some CBD Varin flowers. So they have done some genetic work and been able to grow some flowers that are high in other cannabinoids. I know I might be like really losing people here, but like, hey, Becky. But like, yeah, I was just talking about how we were shopping for CBG flowers online this morning and how I found out that Horn Creek Hemp has even more cannabinoids available than just CBD and CBG. Wow, amazing. They are a pretty exciting company, I'll say. When you're shopping online for hemp, one of the most important things to look for is the COAs, which are called certificates of analysis. So here's an example of a COA from Horn Creek Hemp that came in my giant package where I order from them literally like pounds of hemp to make my tinctures and stuff. And in these lab analyses, you will get information about how your cannabis tested, how the hemp tested in the lab in terms of its potency, its quality in terms of not having any contaminants and things like that. So even you'll sometimes see terpene reports in here, subcannabinoids. You can see I bought some kief. I'm going to share that with you guys later. So you want to look for certificates of analysis when you're buying hemp online to show that it's been lab tested, because it is an unregulated market. And what that means is that the government isn't like really looking out for us and putting regulation onto the sellers, who are all, some sellers are very honest and some are not. You don't know until you look at the lab reports. So always try to buy from people who have great lab reports. So let's talk about how do you use it? I use it many ways. I vape it. I also formulate with it to make my tinctures and all my blends. And I also use it to make topicals, like a lot of topicals. So what does that mean? You remember yesterday I had the Ardent FX out. And that's the appliance that I use to activate decarboxylate cannabis as well as infuse it into oils quite a bit. And on Friday, we're going to talk about the extract craft machines that I'm the spokesperson for, the Source Turbo and the Ito Pro, and how I use these same flowers and kiefs and things to make extractions of those, of these, to gain CBD and CBG extracts that are potent, and then I use them in same things, tinctures, topicals. So this is the same approach. You can use flowers, you can use concentrates, you can buy them online and use them that way. That's how we evolve. That's how I started buying them online, using concentrates to make them at home. Finally, learning to use flowers the from scratch method. Yes, I will post the company's names afterward. Thanks, Nia, definitely. And thanks, Becky, for putting the word out on Slack. If anybody wants to come over, it'll be really fun. Okay, so these are a few of my favorite things. I like Horn Creek. They're award winning. When you visit their website, Horn Creek Hemp, you will see that they have participated in several Oregon Cup awards for cannabis and things like that, and have won for their Lifter, which is a strain or chemovar that I like to say that hi Alice, that has won a lot of awards for them. It is a very like limonene heavy in terms of terpenes and pinene type of CBD flower that has that lifting effect. So I like to use that in my daytime formulas, my Exacta formulas, to get that effect into my tincture if I can. And I also like to vape it. It tastes good. They're also well known for their kief. So I wanted to kind of mention kief. Kief is a byproduct of a lot of machine, how do you say this, collection and sorting and dealing with all the flowers, sorting them into packages, trimming them, that kind of thing. When you have like large machines to do this, you get a lot of kief out of it. And what I like about Horn Creek Hemp is they sell their kief as like cannabinoid, just by cannabinoid. Like here's a bunch of CBD kief and it's less expensive. And then here's a bunch of very strain specific or chemovar specific kief. So you can get just Lifter instead of just CBD. Or you can have the white or stem cell, which are their CBG brands, or not brands, chemovars, as independent, as individual, if you want to do it that way. Or you could get like a small discount and just get CBG kief. This is 28 ounces. This is what it looks like when you get 28 ounces of kief. Why am I telling you this? Because not only is this more potent, it's tiny, it ships for less. And hello, this is a giant amount of flowers, which is like, this is like a pound or half a pound, probably. I can't remember. 226.8 grams, one half of a pound. There it is. So, you know, when you're buying your cannabis online, maybe you're thinking, I'll just get a small package with a lot of potency, or I'll get a giant package and work with flowers. What do you guys think? Do you work with kief? Anybody raise your hand if you do? That would be cool to know. I've just kind of started to do that because I really like their selection. Here's how I'm doing it. You guys know I like to set up my canna pantry with like already pre-decarb stuff. So these two I pulled out of my pantry. This is CBG stem cell. So this is CBG kief. And then here I've got decarb CBG kief. So now I can take these two things. Remember yesterday with the Ardent? Put it into one of these, throw it in the Ardent and with some oil. And I've got like a CBG A and CBG neutral tincture. Ta-da! Right? You do have to activate your flowers or your kief in order to create the neutral from it. So it comes as the acid, and then you do your decarboxylating in your Ardent or in your oven or in however way you do it. You know, I'm a big Ardent fan. And then it will become this. It will become activated, and then you can use it to add CBG to your tinctures or to your formulas, not CBGA. You have to keep it raw for that. So this is a question that I got from Darlene. So Darlene wanted to know from my Ardent video, how do you extract CBGA and CBDA, the acids? Well, you just use the raw material. You use the raw flowers without decarbing it first. Add raw flowers to your infusions, to your formulas, to your recipes. Strain it out in the end. Add kief. This is the decarb kief. Sorry, use the not decarbed. So do not decarb first. Add that. And in terms of potency, like just do your same math. Here's my special secret for dosing math. Like everything that you want to make at 10 milligrams per milliliter in a 1 ounce bottle, that means usually that you need 300 milligrams in your bottle. I know this is probably going to like not land right now, but believe me. And 300 milligrams is easy to achieve with like 2 grams of flowers is the typical amount if your flowers are 15%, which is average. This is the big secret to my dosing math, you guys. Just thinking about the end product and how much you need. So 10 milligrams per dropper in a 1 ounce bottle equals 300 milligrams on the front end. So all you have to do is figure out how to get that. Anyway, take my class for more of that because I'll be doing it. And in terms of extracting CBGA and CBDA, so what I described earlier was the infusion process, putting it into an oil and then doing an infusion on it, just put it in raw. Same thing for extraction in terms of using ethanol alcohol to extract out of it. Just use your raw materials, add your alcohols. If you're using the Source Turbo, run it, filter and run it like that. Or if you're using just like the Ice Dragon method, you know, strain it out, do your cupboard chilling, put it together, do your freezing and your waiting, your soaking. Strain it out, and your cannabinoid in there, because you didn't decarb it first, is going to be the acid form. All right, I'm going to look at the chats and see if I missed anything. Wow, that's crazy. Yes. What do I typically do with kief? Whatever I want. No, I'm just kidding. I just kind of started using it, but I save on shipping costs, and I have a more potent starting material that takes up less room in my tiny, tiny, expensive San Jose, California house. I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for, but yeah, I make tinctures, topicals, capsules, anything infused, anything extracted. It's the same thing as flowers. It's just smaller, right? Okay. You have ones from your grower trim trays. Yeah, infuse. All right, cool. Yeah, Lifter's great. I'm so glad that you're also a fan. Here are some other companies that I've ordered from. This is Fields of Hemp. They do not have CBG. We just looked, but it's a nice couple that runs this out of Oregon. Fields of Hemp, is run by Michelle, and I think her husband's name is Steve, and they are super nice people, like literally doing customer service all the time. They offer a lot of discounts to veterans and things like that. Their website's pretty cool. And I've ordered from them several things. Hawaiian Haze, they have their own lifter. This is a giant bag of trim. So here's a good look at it. Hawaiian Haze trim. Ta-da. I would use this for topicals and tinctures. You know, I mean, a lot of people at CCI order from Sacred Smoke Herbals, the wonderful company as well. All of these will be listed out later. These are premium in my opinion. These are like smaller amounts, but one thing I do like about Sacred Smoke Herbals, and raise your hand if you like this too, they sell smalls. I love that. I love getting a little bit of a bargain on like the smalls. Yeah. I mean, I like premium flour also, but it's kind of the most expensive thing. And I like to make like such big amounts that like the savings, the cost savings on buying more in bulk is something that I enjoy, like Costco kind of on hemp. Right. What else have I got out here? These are interesting. This is a company called Secret Nature. And oh shit, sorry, Secret Nature sells their cannabis as very premium and very exotic in terms of terpenes, and they sell it in these little containers. They kind of remind me of pet food containers, but I have found their stuff to be great. Like in terms of when I open it and I smell it, the only thing is that it's really premium and expensive. I don't know if this would be me in the long run because you guys know I'm kind of like I end up being a very price conscious home grower type. So with the availability of like hemp seeds that are coming out on the market, I'm going to put a link to this one company that I know is selling hemp seeds online that you can buy not in a non-farmer amount. If you know what I mean. If you guys have ever tried to buy hemp seeds online to grow your own CBD or CBG, it's hard to find them here because they don't sell them to consumers. They just sell them to farms. It's like 1,000 seeds. You know what I mean? Like you don't need that many. Yeah. So, oh, good. I see that we have a lot of Sacred Smoke fans online. That's awesome. You can get a great discount with them from Wake and Bake. I don't personally have a discount with them, but hey, let's talk about who I do have a discount with. DLO, Dreamland Organics. This is the one that I told you guys yesterday was a secret, but I'm sharing the secret with you now. Don't tell. Shh. But no, seriously, this is great stuff. This is one of those biodynamic farms. These people came out of like New York, upstate. They'd been growing THC rich flowers, you know, in the ways that people had been. And then they headed out to Oregon, like seriously, pioneers, and they wanted to establish a farm there for THC rich plants. And for some reason that didn't work out for them, licensing, you name it, all those issues that we are always facing. And then they started to make their own hemp. They got into CBD, they got into CBG. And I have to say that I love this stuff. Like I open it up and I smell it, and I'm big into smells. So here's their Immortal strain, Chemovar. It's high CBD, not really high. I mean, I've seen higher, but the terpenes, you guys. Oh my God, this smell. I wish you could smell it. It's so beautiful. It's got so much like limonene, and oh God, the way that they take care of their plants just results in something that is, you can smell the quality. I mean, I just love it. And my code is kind of curious because that's the code that I try to get everywhere. It's easy to get. You get 10% off. I just think that maybe not a lot of people know about this company. I don't buy this necessarily for making tinctures with because it's really kind of high end in my opinion. I do vape it and I do love it for that. I have this one, and I have Eden, their sativa, and I used to have, but I used it all up. Some other Chemovars, and of course, every year they come out with more and more. Seek stash. I know. The person who told me about it was like, I don't want them to blow up. I don't want them to be out of stock and to like, and for me not to be able to get it. But when I ordered it, I was like, oh no, this is going to be hard to keep a secret. And then when I was able to get a discount code for them for you guys, I was like, well, no secrets anymore. Right. Okay. Well, I wonder if you guys have any questions that I haven't addressed about this, about buying hemp online, because wow, time flies so quickly. It's already 18 minutes, and this is kind of like where I was thinking I will wrap it up and ask for questions. And also just go over again what I'm doing this week, live streams. I'm doing them for a challenge for myself for New Year's and for my business to start just talking about everything that's going on. And yesterday's was the Ardent FX. Today is buying hemp online, which I encourage you to do so that you can make all your CBD at home and formulate at home. These products, these companies also tend to have like tinctures and stuff, which you can definitely start on. Why not? Give it a shot. But if you're already shopping for flowers online, then you're with me. You're with me. Ooh, you're ordering the Immortal. All right. Yeah, you're going to smell it. You're going to love it. Let me know if my code works. Kind of curious. I have no idea. I hope it does. I just got it. Woot! All right, join me tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think, is going to be a pretty big day because it's going to be CCI. And I'm going to talk about the 3-step challenge that I didn't do and how FOMO I am over not doing it. I might do it. I might actually do it. And what it's like to be a grad mentor there. I'm going to answer these 5 questions. What is CCI? what does it do? How do you use it? How do people use it? Mainly they go there to learn about how to become certified cannabis health coaches like myself, like Alice, like a lot of people on here are wanting to be or have already achieved it. And I know there's questions about this because like I said yesterday, I get discovery calls about joining us at CCI, and I've already answered people's questions about it. So I have a little bit of insight onto what people are wondering, and I want to share all that information tomorrow with you guys. Yay, can't wait either. Do I vape CBD on its own or do I combine? I'm a combiner mostly. I make the combinations, and I even, oh, I wish I had it. You guys ever seen stackers? You know, these like little stacked up containers. I'll show you guys later, or I have another video where I show it, and I make my blends and I put them into each stack, and then I kind of use them throughout the day, the same as my tinctures, like I do. But you know, when you vape, it activates everything. So there's no getting raws. You have to only get the raws by like eating them. The CBDAs, the THCAs, the CBGAs, all of that. So that's how I do it. I don't usually just vape only CBD. I'm kind of a combiner. Yeah, try it. There's a bonus on my tinctures class that I'm still that is launching this week. That is called shoot, what is the bonus name? It's basically making the blend